And a chief financial officer really looks at what is the future going to bring us, to look at that strategic analysis that brings the clarity around the figures and the results. Hi, I'm Linda Rossouw, the CEO and founder of LaRoss Consulting. LaRoss Consulting is a boutique consulting service delivering fractional CFO services, concentrating specifically on business growth solutions for SMEs and corporate companies. So when we look at the different roles of finance, there is a vast many of roles. So let's start at, what is a bookkeeper? So a bookkeeper is there to make sure that they process the everyday transactions, that they make sure that all your paperwork is nicely in place and that there's nothing missing from the daily processing and your daily transactions. So what does an accountant then do? So an accountant then go and make sure, that every transaction is recorded in the correct way. They look at the compliance side. Are we complying with the VAT regulations? Are we complying with the IFRS regulations? And they can go then and set up your financial statements. So then you get a management accountant. So what does a management accountant do? A management accountant specifically look at your costing sides. What is your costings about? They really deep dive into the real costings of every product, your product lines, your margins, and center. So then the next level up is your financial manager. Financial manager look at everything that has been collided and make sure that everything balances, that everything is above board, that the internal controls has been complied to, and they make sure when they are going to deliver these numbers that everything is tip-top. So next up is your financial director. So the financial director is there for a little bit of strategic, but still very much looking at compliance and reporting and delivering at the board meeting, the board packs, and making really sure that that is what is conveyed to the board is of relevance. And eventually you now have your CFO. So it stands for Chief Financial Officer. And a Chief Financial Officer takes those numbers, they take those results, they look at those reports. This is where we are now. They analyze it, look at all the different ratios, and then we can now look at what does the future look like. We are looking at those 13-week rolling forecasts. We are really deeping dive into, do you have the resources to actually grow? Do we actually have a proper plan to grow? And that is what a CFO does. So why does it matter whether you actually make use of a CEO or not? So we've looked at, what does all the other finance functions does? They necessarily, they should be there. But the CFO comes in because they are really going to help you to look at that strategic analysis. They are going to help you to really look, what does that number really mean? Because so often the reporting will say the revenue was 10% more measured against last year or last month. But what does that 10% really represent? Was it 10% in one product? Was it 10% in multiple products? Did you have a price increase? So what is it that really made that 10%? And that is what a CFO brings. It brings the clarity around the figures and the results that has been generated by the operations.